So originally I did one on the arc itself, but I finally have the information I've compiled over the 11 months since that video to make this one. This is going to be going over the ability itself and the writing around it. But if you do want to call this Bites the Dust because it's me going over Bites the Dust again, I'll let it off on a technicality. So BTD has always been an ability that I've loved, and I think a good amount of it is because of how well it fits with Kira. An ability that would let him finally roam free because those people looking for him in any way would meet this temporal fate to where all they can do is die. This has been a thing that Kira has been seeking for a while because ever since he's been found out, he wouldn't be able to sleep as peacefully as he used to. And when he got Bites the Dust, it was all different. Even his level of cocky was different. Seeing how confident Kira was with Bites the Dust, you could possibly say that he was even more confident than his original self, though he did originally believe that he was the only one with a stand, so he probably saw a huge gap between him and people, which leads him to being extremely confident about not getting caught. Because even if he was, he could probably just combat whoever's looking for him with Killer Queen, and that would be the end of it because they're just regular people. Though I'd probably say the biggest thing about Kira and Bites the Dust is obviously the ability of it being a temporal loop that happens after a kill. That connects on two big points: repetition and killing. You know what killing in a repetitive pattern makes you? A serial killer. I mean, it's not, obviously. Bites the Dust is an ability where its power is to be more Kira than Kira. He was already classified as a serial killer, but now he's broken all logic to put that statement on such a grand scale. And you know what? That was cool as hell, I'm gonna be honest to you. At least, well, it was cool as hell to me. The next thing about Bites the Dust is the effect on Hayato. Killer Queen being planted in Hayato had forced him into this hell basically until he finally had enough and took what was needed to stop it. And I really do like the concept of breaking past it too, because to Hayato, it might have well have just been being in hell. One thing that I believe that could be somewhat of a callback is Hayato breaking past fate. Kira being confronted by the Morio gang is fate because he was bound to get stopped, but getting away from it all was insane, but he did all that was needed to win. Hayato didn't go the exactly same amount of length to win, but you know, he did what was needed. I mean, Kira cut off his hand and Hayato made a phone call, so obviously it holds the same amount of weight. Last thing being on what from Bites the Dust makes up Kira. There was a quote on this, and it was actually said that it was by Einstein, but apparently that's not even real. The quote is, "The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results." This lines up with Kira and Hayato. If Hayato had done nothing and let Bites the Dust rock the whole time, he probably would have lost it, not because that would make him crazy because of the repetition, but because of the feeling of not being in control. Then there's Kira, to where this quote doesn't directly apply, but I want to use it separately. To find solace in repetition to me is insane. If you were to tell me my two favorite things were going to loop forever, I'd probably lose it and try to destroy both or me. Kira is fine with living this normal life even if the day repeats for as long as needed. And along with it, his need to destroy is being answered because he's taking out those looking for him. It's heaven to him, but being able to be fine with the day never changing, it's odd. It's like the enjoyment of heaven combined with the punishment of hell, or at least that's how I see it. I don't know how many of you would be fine with doing the same thing forever, but it's not something I'd be able to manage with. I think that's why I'm thinking there must be a separate level of crazy for what Kira has, or at least that's what I'm feeling. Thank you all for watching. I made this video on an impulse because it's one of those ideas that you just get in your head and you have to do it before you forget, but I actually wrote it down on a script so I could have done the video at any time. Well, I actually like the little flow of things because so far I've done a Poochie video and now it's a Kira video, and that's after my antagonist video, so I kind of like this little thing that I have going. I'll promise to make the next videos longer than this because this is pretty short, and I understand that a lot of people like when I elaborate on stuff for a pretty long time, but I really got everything I needed to say out in this video, so I'm pretty fine with it. But thanks anyways. You can catch up with my media in the description, sub to my channel, my second channel for game related things, or sub to this one too if you're not already and you like JoJo stuff. But you know, as of recent I have videos on Smash and Pokemon if you like either on my second channel, so there that is, and you can just go there. But hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, peace out and Godspeed.